man. I apologize up front from the get. I'm just a little bit pissed off today, to be honest. And the nigga started his new job today on some. I'm still a little bit pissed off today.
Oh, how was that? Before we get into everything, how was that?
Oh, it's cool. It's easy, bro. They had me doing the picking, and I learned receiving and shit today. Like easy, bro. So easy. I'm doing the shopping.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
So
easy.
I'm in the shop. So it's literally like scanner, pick, scanner, da da da. Deshaun says what's good. Um, for y'all remember from last week when he hopped on, my brother says what's good. Um, but yeah, man, I'm doing okay. Starting that new job was a good little jump start to my day. I did have to wake up fucking early. Wasn't prepared for that. My alarm on my phone went off at 5:45, and then my phone went through the closet door because I threw that bitch across the room. Because I'm not about waking up that motherfucking early yet, but I got up, handled it. It's pretty nice, bro. Amazon, so you know what I mean. Had me moving and grooving. I was moving a lot for the most part, but it was pretty cool. Tomorrow will be day 2, and then I'll learn a little bit more about the receiving and stowing aspect of shit. But for the most part, receiving and stowing in my ass. That's for the man. Okay.
Okay.
Deshaun wanted to put his 2
All
pieces.
right, that's
I like that.
All
mm-hmm.
right, but of course you like that, Peter. No shit. But yeah, so that other than that, my girl came pick me up, bro. They got a deal at McDonald's right now going for 40 nuggets, 2 large fries, and 2 large drinks for like $17, $16, some shit like that. So we didn't get that, but I just want to throw that one out there.
All right.
So we didn't get that because I didn't want my stomach to be ruined for the remaining 12 hours of the day.
Didn't they have some deal like that not too long ago about like 30 chicken nuggets for like $10 or something like that?
Yeah. It was like the same with the fucking, or no, the 20 chicken nuggets for $5.99 or some shit, whatever that was, $5.
I feel like they end up doing that every couple years. It's a new
They do.
promotion. They find a different way to get it
I'm
done.
waiting for that Big Mac that buy one get one free for the Big Macs and shit again, bro. That was OP.
I think the
Or
best
the 2
deal
for $5.
I think the best deal they had was the McPick 2s, where you get 2 things for $2. So you get 2.
Yes.
You can just do 2
Oh
orders.
my
You get
God.
2 cheeseburgers, 2 little small fries, and then a Coke. But you're coming out with like $5. That's it.
And the drink is still only $1.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's why literally, bro, like if I will go like out to get food, right? I'll go to like a Jack in the Box or a fucking, a Popeyes, or Taco Bell. I'll go to there and I'll still drive to Taco Bell to go, or to McDonald's to go get my drink, bro.
Oh, bro, McDonald's Coke hits so much different than any other soda I've ever tasted in my life.
Yeah.
Nigga, that Sprite will bring you back to life.
Yeah. No, I can't drink McDonald's Sprite, nigga, because my fucking hair set's on fire and I'm not. That shit is way too spicy, bro. I'm good.
I'm so mad we
way
started
too much fucking spicy.
McDonald's promotions and Amazon.
I'm mad I don't get what Dion just explained right now. How is it I don't get the whole set your hair on fire.
I go over their head and then they just wet.
Deshaun says the McDonald's Sprite is what they use in the electric chair for the rag that they put over your head.
I don't really drink Sprite like that, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
You don't drink Sprite like that?
No, bro. I only stick. I mean, sometimes.
But all my Sprite drinkers will really know the difference between getting it out the bottle and getting it at McDonald's.
McDonald's Sprite feel like you taking a shot of whiskey, nigga.
Man.
Yeah.
That's like water to me. I feel like I could taste the difference from a Dasani to Smart Water to a Crystal Geyser.
Okay.
The worst
I
water
feel you
ever
on that
invented.
though. I feel you on that though, because like you go get a Dasani, or you go get like the Aquafinas and shit like that. Hey, that shit, I'll have to drink like 3-4 water bottles until I'm like, all right, I'm not thirsty no more. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they put salt in their drinks, bro. You feel me? Those come like that, But like what Peter was saying, like with like Fiji or some shit. Like, man, fuck Fiji, you getting it out the motherfucking sink and getting a Brita. Like, even that shit tastes fire, bro. Deshaun went and got a Brita for the crib, bro, and that shit, man, I wake up at 3, 4 in the morning, thirsty than a bitch, a cottonmouth, go in there and just get the biggest cup I can find, boom, chug that bitch and go lay back down. But I'm lazy, bro, so I don't like doing all the extra shit just to get some water.
Just get it out the bathroom sink. That's it.
You know, niggas used to stick their mouth under the sink in the fucking bathroom and shit. When you was a kid and shit, because you couldn't go downstairs or go out to the front because you get yelled at. But you thirsty as hell.
You drinking out the water hose outside?
Drinking out, bro. That was the crispest shit in the world.
Man, I miss those.
Never been no water like that kind of water, bro. Real talk. That's real shit. All right. So, how y'all been?
So,
how y'all been?
So man, we
how y'all been?
I mean, it's been cool.
Jimmy, how you been?
I've been chilling. Just trying to put ideas together for different things for this network we're trying to build here. Other than that, everything's been cool. Other than what's been going on outside.
Oh God!
But how you been doing, Peter?
Pissed off, bro.
I've been doing good. I mean, just working. I'm trying to stay sane. I think by now I'm just so fucking the same thing, man. I'm so pissed on like what's going on in the world and like how. I mean, we'll get deeper into it, but I just have so many thoughts on like what the world is like coming to and how media is portraying it and how we're kind of straying away from what the.
I mean, we'll get. I want to wait till we hit that topic first. I kind of want to keep that till near the. For a little bit, let's ease into it with something a little positive because I've been seeing too much shit on.
No, we just need to go ahead and attack it.
I mean,
everybody's been I only feel we need to. It's only right. Obviously we have this platform now. And it is the only thing going on in the world, and the most important thing going on in the world, other than the virus, which somehow has completely just disappeared all of a sudden, right? But I just feel like today, with the Blackout Tuesday situation, these companies really showed their ass and let us know they really don't give a fuck. So I just feel like we really need to touch on this because today was just a huge disappointment. Huge disappointment for just watching a lot of people and a lot of entities move around. It's fucking it's gross. It's nasty.
You actually posted a thing earlier. I think it was on Instagram. You sent it to me, and put it on your story of a list of musical industries, go from Universal all the way to fucking
the record labels,
the lowest on the totem pole. You know what I mean? And then whether or not they made a commitment to funding money and trying to help and provide. And I was disgusted, bruh. I was fucking heated to know that. It really pissed me off. Like 80%, 85% of those music companies that literally are carried by people of color through their music, through the acting, all that shit. And they haven't fucking, at no point have they been able to sit here and say, yeah, we're going to support or donate or help or made a comment or anything.
Yeah.
They've just sat there and let this shit just happen, bruh. Just happen. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, seeing fucking Wendy's, who, bro, we don't even fuck with your food anyways, but you gonna send $400,000 to the Trump fund today?
Nah,
you gonna do that today? Of all things, motherfucker?
I just had some Wendy's yesterday.
Did they really?
We gotta cancel some Wendy's, my G.
They canceled Wendy's, bro. They got the Wendy's is canceled. It's done.
I shouldn't expect anything less,
bro. $400,000 that they sent to a billionaire.
Jesus.
To a billionaire, okay? You want to talk about looting, motherfucker? How about the fact that when everybody was getting a stimulus check, and he was getting $1,200. Okay, this dude Trump and all these billion-dollar organizations, bro, they were getting paid out billions of dollars just based off the money they were making alone.
Yep.
Like, are you, bro? $1 million to fucking a place like Target for what? $1 million to people that are like like Epstein for what, bro? These people that are sitting here, they're in this kind of power, and they can make that. They're getting paid out that kind of money right now.
Actually, I got a question for Peter. So, knowing that these people, haven't donated or anything, and you feel how you feel, Peter, being an aspiring artist or somebody who's trying to be on the come up, how do you feel that, the labels, I guess, in some way, the people you're trying to get attention from and eventually sign to, if that's something you would want to do, how do you feel about them not taking more initiative in this whole thing?
I think it's bullshit, and I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit. I think we all know what the most popular music is right now is hip hop, right? I think that sells the most. Like, that's popular. That's everything you see on TikTok is hip hop. Everything, and in hip hop, the most dominant race or the prominent race in hip hop is African American or nothing but white. Like, a lot of white people are running these labels and stuff like that, and they're making money off all these African Americans or minorities that are making the music, selling these records, going on these tours, and just making them a bunch of money and making them what they are. I think it's crazy when it comes to a time where they have to help in reverse and help the artists, and they don't. I mean, sending out a message, I mean, anyone can send out a message. It's about those actions at what they're doing. I think they can make millions of dollars off an artist, off of someone that is grinding and putting their heart into all this stuff. And I think it's just bullshit that they don't come out and actually donate or do these marches or set up these protests and be out there with the artists and support them in every other way.
Well, and exactly that, bro. Like, you hit that shit on the head. Why aren't they getting help?
Yeah.
Why aren't motherfuckers getting help right now? You got all these people with money. You got these motherfucking bitches, the Kardashians, bro. These bitches, okay? They've been out there. They did the whole thing with Latoya, whatever. What was her name? That Kim K just got off of her sentence and shit like that because she was getting beat up and raped on, and then she killed that white dude.
Oh, Centoya Brown.
Yes, Centoya Brown. Okay, she got her off, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was happy about that. But where the fuck have these bitches been over the past few weeks? Where the hell have these bitches been, bro?
Posting on their Instagram stories.
Yeah, posting pictures. You got a black husband. Most of y'all have black husbands.
They exploit black culture. Let's call it.
You got mixed kids.
Yeah.
You got black kids, and y'all are sitting there not doing a fucking thing. Y'all aren't doing a fucking thing. You sitting there, you looking at your kids, and in 10 years, your kids can walk out the house and get shot in the face just for being black.
Yeah.
And you ain't doing a goddamn thing. That shit, bro, I've literally, today, bro, work, thank God I had work, bro, to distract me from my phone, because every single thing in social media on my fucking phone right now has been about that.
Yep.
And it's not a bad thing, bro. It's keeping it alive and well.
Awareness.
But you know how pissed off as a black man that I get seeing, and it's not just black people, bro, but it's because of our anger and shit that this is what it's come to, that we have to fight cops, that we have to fight back against the authorities, bro, because they don't give a fuck about if we live or die.
Yeah. And I think one thing, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but when people say all lives matter in this situation, I think it's super
fucking bullshit.
It's dismissive.
Because we know exactly what
we know everybody should live.
Yeah, we know every life should matter, but we know what we're fighting for. We're fighting for those African Americans, the black people that aren't able to ride in a car without getting pulled over, aren't able to walk outside with a hood, wearing a hoodie. we know where this starts, and we got to start here. And this is as scary as it seems, and people writing and all this stuff like that. If this is what it takes, and it's got to be what we have to do, and what people have to do to like get the point across, and be like, yo, like this, some shit needs to change.
And the favorite thing that I've been hearing, and everybody keeps fucking throwing around when it comes to when a lot of white people love to say, well, what about Martin Luther King and he peacefully protested? Hey, you know what? You know what he did, and he made he made a difference, but it was a real fucking smidge if you're looking at the goddamn spectrum now. Slavery ain't never went away, bro. It's called mass incarceration.
Okay? That's true, but I won't say it's a smidge because if you don't get those civil rights bills passed, we don't even get here. You know what I'm saying? So I understand.
But the thing is
like what you're saying, but at the same time, like that's a huge thing. And at to respond to the whole Martin Luther King peacefully protested, yeah, they're right. The man still was assassinated though, and they protested for 6 days and got those bills passed. So to say that that this rioting and violence doesn't work, history shows that violence is the best way to get your point across.
Yeah, when we go to war, it's all violence.
In multiple cases. Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you think we're going to sit there and tell another country, we won? Nigga, we won a war. We're going out to win a war. Other than they want to talk about the Cold War and shit, that was one out of how many, bro? But this isn't the first time, bro. You got to realize, like, this is not the first time we've been at war as a country. And the Civil War happened. What's with the Rodney King shit happened? Like, the effed up part about this shit is that at the end of the day, bro, like it hurts, bro. But this shit's been going on for 200 plus years, and we're doing what we've done before.
Now.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. 4 to 5. But what we're doing, we got other people, we got other ethnicities and shit like that rocking with us, but. You got somebody up in the motherfucking White House saying he's about to send military parades through towns
on his own people, like this U.S. citizens.
On his own people. Like how we fight back against that, bro? We ain't got shit to fight off a tank. We can't fight that, bro. That's the shit that pisses me off. Is that Trump guys want to throw a temper tantrum and be like, you know what? I'm gonna send all of your own fucking weapons at you. Bro, you see all the videos of people in freaking Slovakia and Paris and Latvia and shit burning their shit down now too?
Yep.
Bro, this is no game. And he's treating it like he's a damn toddler. Upset, throwing a temper tantrum, hiding in his little fucking bunker.
I think
turning all his lights off.
Yeah, that I mean, you guys both seen that meme that goes around where it was showed like the statistics and the White House with the lights off and everything. And
100,000 deaths.
Yeah, this is what a visual of what Donald Trump's like whole campaign is, and it just goes to show that he's not a real leader. Like he didn't go out like speak to what the situation is. He automatically went like shit's getting crazy. I'm just gonna make it more crazy by sending out military, and shit's gonna happen.
And this nigga said, if you start to loot, we will shoot.
Yeah.
Wow. You know who quoted that shit? A racist police chief in 19, I think it was 68.
Really
from the Chicago Police Department.
We really need a fact checker. But yeah, I did see that.
Are you like for real?
Yeah.
And then he took a picture in front of the church. He got White House security, all them, to clear out the protesters in front of the church so he could take a picture. And bro, it looks like it. There's a picture going around right now on Facebook of the same exact thing of Adolf Hitler chilling in front of a church like that with a book.
With the Bible, right?
With the Bible, yes.
Damn, man.
It feels as if we're headed towards a dictatorship and a fascist, government. But That's what all of this is for, to keep this from happening. We'll see what happens in the coming days, because a lot of things are getting exposed that we
Yeah.
thought we would never, ever see. Like
Ever.
2020 has been a fucking movie that I wanted no parts in. We're only halfway through
Hell
this bitch.
no. If you would have told me this is how this shit was gonna be last year, bro, I would have told me fuck that. I want to skip all that.
I would
It
volunteer
just
myself
does
to
not
skip.
feel right. This feels different in a way that like the energy is just not good.
No, dude.
At all.
You could
Anywhere you go.
you could just feel the energy in the you just legit feel the energy in the air when you see people, you talk to people like about all this stuff. It's just not a welcoming feeling. Like I don't feel like anyone's happy like right now. Like, and it's crazy.
They're not.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be happy about right now, bro.
Yeah.
There's really not. There's
Well,
not,
I
bro.
mean,
There's nothing good going on.
that's debatable later, but we'll get to that
Yeah.
later in the podcast.
There could, I get what there could be. Like, this can be like a real big outcome, but we're living in history right now. Like, this shit's gonna be in 5
In history
years.
books for our kids, bro.
Yeah, 5-10 years, we're gonna be like looking back at this and be like, damn, we survived a pandemic. We had all these marches, riots, all this protests. And I don't even like calling it riots, because I really don't think I think that's a media thing, but we'll get into that too.
To a certain extent, people were trying to riot, but there wasn't full on riots. It was a protest. I feel you on that.
Yeah. But I mean, we're living in history, like, we're legit going to look back at this and be like, damn, we survived that. And now we have something to tell our grandkids.
Dion said something interesting about our kids are going to learn about this in the history books, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys actually feel like they are going to write like the truth about what is going on in
hell
2020?
no.
Because there's even when we were in school, there's certain things that are omitted and rewritten in those books. So the stuff that we learned compared to like stuff that like maybe Peter, your sister is going to learn in high school, and my sister's going to learn.
Yeah.
Dion, you already know your siblings.
Yep.
They are learning different things. They rewrite the history books every single year. So I'm not even confident that they will actually know what the fuck what happened here. Like,
yeah,
they won't, bro. But you know what? That's why I appreciate that my little siblings, like Peyton being 8 years old, Malachi's 11, Jada's 16, 17, my siblings that are young, like, I don't like that they are having to go through this being African American, bro. It breaks my heart to see my little brother, at a protest fight, like saying like, you can't take my life. He's 11 years old, bro, and my sister's 8. Like, that shit breaks my fucking heart to see little kids. There's a picture that my buddy sent me of his kid, bro. His kid's 5 years old. They were playing in the front yard, and a cop rolled by, bro, without any type of like nudge or anything. The kid put his hands up. 5 years old. The kid stuck his hands up in there because he saw a cop car, bro. That's sick.
That's disgusting.
That's fucking sick, bro. Protect and serve who? Protect and serve who? Nobody, bro.
Well, we all know that they were never
perfect.
sent here to protect and serve anybody.
Anonymous said it perfect the other day, bro, in that shit you sent me, Jimmy. When he's like, look, they're not here to protect and serve. They're here to control us, to protect and serve the higher authorities. That's what they're here to do, to keep us under control. That's it. Motherfuckers act up, yeah. You call them, hey, this motherfucker's acting up. That's control. You know what I mean? But who the fuck are they protecting and serving, bro? I know one good cop in my whole life I met. My high school football coach. That was it. And that man laid the ass whooping on motherfuckers all the time because he didn't play no shit. But at the same time, he loved me like a son. And he knew I was black. Loved me like a son. Did shit for bro. And I've seen the cops, on social media where they, we're playing basketball with the kids and shit.
Mm-hmm.
There is good cops out there. I'm not saying there's not.
But those are good people.
But
They're not good cops.
exactly.
Those are just good people overall.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
Those are good
police system
people.
in general was never set up to be a good system towards
Exactly.
people of color or minorities in general.
Exactly.
Like it started out as a slave. They put this person in charge to go round up the slaves when they ran away and shit like that. So
Yeah.
and it just evolves into this whole bigger system. I wish I could expound on it more.
Bro,
I don't have a fact checker here with me yet, but you know what I mean.
Right?
But the people that anybody listening, go like look that up because this is real stuff, and it's just disguised today, and we're seeing it.
Well, think about this, bro.
We've always seen it.
They had specific laws put in place for not Asian people, okay, not Indians. Okay, they might have had some as it went along for Latin people. Jim Crow. There was laws specifically for black people at one point in this world. You're 3/5 of a person. You're not allowed to drink from our water fountains. You're not allowed to do this.
That's in the Constitution.
Gauged towards us. That was Jim Crow, bro.
That's in the Constitution that says, black people are 3/5 of a man.
Yeah, that was. But that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
This sparked into Jim Crow, bro.
Yeah.
And they had like specific rules towards black people, bro. Have you what? When the white people were sitting there protesting on the fucking Capitol building with their AR-15s and shit, did they get a curfew? No, motherfucker, they didn't. Did they get ran up on by police and grabbed off No, they didn't. But the past 3-4 days, you can't drive down the street in downtown San Jose being black without getting pulled over right now. Or, bro, even Latin. That's the thing, bro. And that shit is fucking ridiculous. Like, me and Jimmy and Peter can be in the same car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Driving down the street. Just driving to go through downtown San Jose. Not even to stop anywhere in there, bro. We gonna get pulled over.
Yeah, we're getting yanked.
We're probably gonna get yanked out of our fucking cars, thrown to the ground, all that shit.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Probably because me and Jimmy are wearing our do-rags. Peter don't have one.
I have one. 100th episode. I'm calling it. But it's crazy because, like, people are so... It's true. Like, we can go downtown San Jose, get pulled over, and our track record, we ain't never done anything wrong. Like, we ain't never done anything wrong to be in that position. But just being who we are, just being who we are, like that.
Just looking how you look.
Just because
being born the way that you're
you
born.
look like you. Just because you look like you. Just that's it.
You know how many times I've heard, like since turning 18, hey, I'm sorry about that. You just look like someone we're looking for. That's kind of ironic because every time I'm pulled over, I'm somebody that you just so happen to be looking for, right? But my name is never in the system. Like,
I'll be like, that's weird, bro. You looking for a light-skinned nigga with a do-rag with this mustache and this beard and these earrings in and this chain? And no. Sorry.
I'm a little ambiguous with the Hispanic last name, though. But I know that throws them off.
But it's heartbreaking, bro. It really is. And it's the fact of the matter is like, there's plenty of artists that have came out. There's plenty of people that have came out and they said it the right way. Like, we need to be targeting the right things and the right people.
Yep.
We need to stop just fucking shit up. Motherfuckers out here just fucking shit up. Not recently, it's calmed down, but still, we need to stop. We need to target the right people, bro. The line in I think it was Chicago or Minneapolis, something like that, bro. It was a 5.5 mile line for the voting line out there, bro.
Wow,
5.5 mile line. That's what I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
In Florida, you got cops kneeling in front of the state capitol buildings, asking for forgiveness at the protesters. That's what I want to see. Why is that so fucking hard? Why is it just so hard to be like, we get your anger. Let's come to a understanding.
Yeah.
Politics won't
hey,
allow that.
I'm not in no government seat, motherfucker, and I'm clearly not the brightest person that I know, but I knew clearly that, hey, let's be adults and come to a fucking understanding. And let's just figure this shit out. Stop killing motherfuckers, bro. Stop ripping motherfuckers. You ripping teenagers, bro. 18, 19-year-olds out of their car because they were leaving to go home from a store.
Mm-hmm.
All 6 of them motherfuckers got arrested, bro, and fired in ATL. So good. But that ain't enough.
No, that's not.
That ain't enough. These niggas need to march with us. That's what they need to do, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't enough. This Blackout Tuesday shit ain't enough, bro. It ain't enough. It's cool. It ain't enough.
Yeah.
It's not.
Quit your jobs.
What happened?
Quit your jobs. That's all they need to do. If you support us so badly,
exactly,
and you're against
exactly,
what the
march
system
with
is
us and take
standing
your fucking
for,
badge off.
quit your jobs.
March with us and take your badge off. But you know what? Everyone always has the excuse of, oh well, what happens after all this? They got to make a living. They'll figure it the fuck out. Go be in the military then.
Well, what happened to the other 40 million people who are on unemployment?
Yeah,
I thought all lives mattered, right?
Now. Yeah, that are out of work right now and shit.
All lives mattered, right? So.
But it don't, bro. But it don't.
Yeah,
and then the dumb motherfuckers. My favorite shit is when people want to. Blue lives matter. Fuck your blue lives matter shit.
You're
bro.
not born blue.
You're not born blue. I don't see no Smurf motherfuckers running around getting killed, bro.
I think going back to like quitting the job, or not even quitting a job, just put your job on the line. Like every minority puts their life on the line because
every day.
Every day.
Just leaving the house.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, you're right, Peter. That's a perfect way of putting it, bro. You ain't even trying to sit there and you don't even, because if all the motherfuckers stand up, if the whole police department turn around and be like, nah, I'm cool, like this ain't how it's supposed to be, what, they gonna fire all them niggas?
Yeah.
They gonna fire all of them? No.
I doubt that.
They're stupid. No. You don't, that's not gonna happen, bro. That's why people are out here protesting, because they can't arrest everybody. It's the same thing. Turn around and walk with us, bro. Mm-hmm. It's that easy. You want people to stop protesting and rioting? Then do what the fuck we asking. It's that simple. You're making it harder on your damn self right now. That's what they doing. Because I don't see this shit pulling up anytime soon.
No, I don't either.
See this shit slowing down.
That kind of brings me to our next, bullet point here is: how bad do you think that these coronavirus cases are about to get? Given
it's already got worse.
But I would say I haven't seen any cases or anything, but I'm saying I talked to Jimmy about this. If there's no spike in coronavirus at all, or there's not any new cases, then bro, people are gonna go even more crazier.
Yes.
Even more crazier.
Where do you think that we go from here then? Because if there is no new cases, that means everything could obviously go back to normal. Well, not even back to normal because we got all this other shit going on.
Bro, so, normal is out the window. There is no normal anymore.
Yeah, you hit that shit on the head.
Yeah, no.
There's nothing. Like I don't even know what to expect once. I don't even know like what.
I hope people remember what life was like before 2020 because.
Appreciate that shit now.
Yeah, after January, the world's never the same.
Never,
bro. And damn, I honestly lost my train of thought. The thing that Peter was talking about right now. What did you just say, bro? I'm sorry, I got fireworks and shit popping off in the background, distracting the fuck out of me like a dog.
Shit. What did I say? So, there's no spike. There's no spikes in
the coronavirus. Yeah. Coronavirus. Yeah. So there was actually I gotta say, I'm so unprepared, guys. I was so prepared last time. I gotta say, but there was actually like there was like 40,000 cases, more cases that that had just sprouted out of the riots and protests. That a number that the U.S. medical whatever that website is .org put out like recently.
Do you think, and this is like the conspiracy theorist in me, do you think they will up these numbers and kind of fabricate these numbers so people won't go outside anymore and do these protests? Like they can easily say there's been 200,000 cases that have been from just this protest alone.
But
there's
you can see in our streets itself, bro. Like, does people really give a fuck as much about Corona as they did like a month and a half ago?
No,
Bro,
Peter has a point
met...
though. Peter has a point though because if an artist can fake streams on a streaming service to get paid, the government can easily update a number on their own website that they control to you know what I'm saying. Well, not even him. You know, they all do it. They all do it. But you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
If somebody who is just is an artist and making music can fake numbers on some of these biggest platforms that pay them big money, I'm pretty sure the government can just look at the landscape of what's been going on the last few years and be like, hey, we'll do that.
And all these numbers that Corona before everything started, like coronavirus, knock on wood, but I haven't met one person that
who's had it.
That's had it or any.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't want to meet anybody who had.
No, but I'm just saying, like, as much of a big deal as it's been, like, oh my god, I have not met one person or like.
Well, you said you thought you had it though, Dion, right?
Yeah, that was the only thing is that I said that I thought, but I can't say that I have or confirm it. You know?
No, you definitely can't do that. Okay, there's also that.
You know what I mean? I can't.
There's definitely also that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I can't be like, I had it because nobody knew what that shit was.
Nobody knew, yeah.
Then, you know what I mean? So, but that shit was made. But at the same time, it's just like the rise in these cases, just like how you say, I think they are going to fucking hit it with the steroids. So motherfuckers, number one, they're going to do it so the protests and shit, that shit will slow down.
And juice it up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And, number two, I feel like with people not being outside as much, like how bad do you think the cops were been sitting there like, ooh, motherfucker, I just want some shit to act up right now. Ooh, there ain't shit going on. No one's outside. And then this shit pops off.
Oh, I know
they're like, oh, whoo-hoo, you mean it's about to be a straight fucking like war type shit? Bro. And there's a lot of little dicks that work for the police.
Yeah.
A lot of little penises that work for the police station, okay? That's real shit everywhere. There's a lot of little, little penises that work for the police station, bro. But it's, that's what I'm saying though, bro. It's like these motherfuckers have been waiting and itching because of this Corona shit.
Yeah.
And they get the opportunity now. They're like, let's fuck everything up now. Let's fuck all these kids up. They don't give a fuck right now, bro.
No, I don't think anyone gives a fuck right now. Like
at all.
Everyone that's even if they try to spike up these numbers and kind of like say this is how many people are tested positive after these protests, I don't think people are at the point where they care anymore. Like they don't have anything to lose. There's a lot of people that lost their job.
Yeah,
people that went out of work. They're going broke.
What else do they have to live for in a way? Which is sad to say.
Their cars repoed.
Yeah, like government has made this to a point where people are just like, fuck a pandemic, fuck a disease, fuck a virus that's out here. We're gonna stand for what we want, and we're just gonna go like head first into all this.
It's about to be survival of the fittest out here.
It really is. Like
about to go get a fucking bunker somewhere, nigga, and get hella food and just that's it. That's what I'm saying. Y'all can come join. Y'all can come join. We can make that bunker big as fuck, but that's what I'm about to do. Somewhere in the Netherlands or some shit.
I'm gonna go to Guatemala.
Speaking of,
you want to go to the swamps?
Speaking of getting a bunker and locking yourself off from everybody, There's been NBA news today. And from what I've been seeing, I think Woj reported this, that the timeline is looking like somewhere in June, end of June, mid-June, June 22nd or something like that. And the latest they're talking about going, the last finals game should not go past October 12th, I believe they said. So we're definitely getting basketball. When do you think we for sure start? Because now that all of this is happening, obviously this is something we wanted to talk about last week and we didn't touch on.
Wait,
and things
can I say,
fucking just flipped. But go ahead, Peter.
let me say one thing before we jump off the topic we were just on right now. I just want to say, if anyone's listening, let's make a change in this world. Let's make sure that when this is all over and this 2020 movie is all over, that we look back and like, damn, we made a change for our little sisters, our little brothers, our grandchildren, for the future. And as much as it sucks right now, I feel like there's like definitely, a cliche as this may sound, there's light on the end of the tunnel. And I think that we just need to stick together and keep pushing and keep doing whatever we can. Sometimes we don't have to be in these protests, but there's other things that we can do than being in the protests, and just continue. I just want to see this not last for just 1 week. I want to see this be ongoing for as long as we can. Exactly. Like, I don't want this to be a 1 week
for the rest
thing.
of our lives, honestly.
Yeah, until we can have everyone go outside without having to worry.
By the way, Friday in San Jose, if you're in San Jose Friday, they are doing a peaceful protest standing over at the city hall. They're going to be standing on the steps, some signs and shit like that. Me and my girl are planning on trying to get out there that day, because it's been pretty peaceful over the last couple of days, as long as you get there early and you stay cool and everything. So if you can get out there on Friday, I think it's around 2 or 4. We're going to be over there in City Hall, just trying to get our voices out, man. Peter hit it on the head. Stick to our guns. Don't let this just be a 1 week thing. Keep fighting, man. We can't let this shit die off. We can't. It's our lives we're talking about right now. As much as some of us don't want to accept that shit, it's our fucking lives that we're fighting for with that, really. So we gotta we gotta keep going. Everybody, we gotta keep going, man.
Stay safe if anybody goes out.
For real.
Just stay safe, protect yourself, and be on the right side of history.
Exactly. Yep. Good way of putting it. Good fucking way of putting that.
But yeah, let's talk about NBA. If we're spraying things up,
some lighthearted shit.
What was your question? Sorry, I forgot.
When do you think we no, it's all good. When do you think we start back up? Since they said June. I really don't know. We really need a fucking fact checker. But sometime within the next month and a half. But since all this stuff is happening, obviously that could be to be determined. But since given the information we know, when do you think we start? And what are y'all looking forward to the most?
I think for me, I'm looking forward to obviously seeing basketball again.
Just to watch
that is something that like. I just want to see some sports, man. Like, that felt like that just made me just take a lot off my mind and stuff, and I miss any sport. I feel like I'd be going back to watching soccer or sports I've never been into if it starts again. I think
soccer is up, yeah.
All right, now I need to get into that.
Bundesliga.
But I think I'm just excited, like, that's gonna start. I'm excited to see this new format, whatever format they roll out. I think it'd be super exciting. I think it's like kind of like a test run as well to see if we can shorten the season. We might be able to reset the season for the NBA and start it later in the year rather than have it earlier in the year. But the NBA, I think I'm excited to see what happens this year. Obviously, see who wins the championship, but to see what happens after the NBA finishes this year, because now they can reformat everything. The playoffs, they can reformat, shorten the season. So I'm excited what the NBA holds in like the long term, but I'm just excited to see if the Rockets will take it off.
You sticker.
Here.
Well, okay. The everything
Nobody
but that
cares about
last
the
thing
fucking
is
Rockets, Peter.
I'm looking forward to.
Hey, stay
Peter,
that.
nobody
What
cares
about you,
about
man?
the Rockets.
What you looking forward to?
Shit, man. I just like Peter said, bro. Like sports was, man. It was an easy escape from everything going on around me in life to be able to throw on a game. You know what I mean? On a Sunday to just chill, or to be able to throw on a game. You know, for watching some basketball all through the week and just chill. You know what I mean? Like, I it's a matter of need at this point, man. It's a matter of need. You know,
I don't need it.
it's. Oh shit! There goes my foot. I definitely, was upset because of how the NBA comes to a balance. And we lose our season for it, brother. This shit finally came to a
Was
balance
it
where
really out of
everybody
balance
was like,
though?
oh man, we had no clue who's gonna win it, right?
Come on.
I mean, we did, but
Come
we
on.
did, but I mean,
I
it was
didn't know.
still like, like man, like this was good fucking basketball, bro. Like, everybody was in the mix. Them motherfuckers, nah, you know what? This bitch Corona had done showed up and fucked it up for everybody.
This definitely was shaping up to be like the best NBA
Yeah,
season
bro,
that
that we
we've
seen in a
probably ever
minute.
seen.
Yeah, bro. I think without being biased, I was super excited to see what the Rockets are going to do with the small ball lineups in the playoffs. Like if it would actually work against these teams, like a Laker team where they have Anthony Davis and PJ Tucker as guarding him.
Yeah,
Like I
because
was
they
excited to
started
see.
winning, didn't they?
Yeah, like I was just excited to see like these teams. Like LeBron got it going. Like the Lakers are on a roll. Kawhi and PG started getting healthier. Like it was, oh man, it was about to go. It was about to take off.
Giannis was running through the fucking East
Giannis was
like a
running through
demon.
the league, bro.
Jesus. Toronto, you know what? And I think Toronto was getting really, really disrespected because they're the defending champs and still hanging right in there with Milwaukee.
And,
Yeah.
and nobody's over here giving them any love, bro. Any love.
Except for Toronto.
Siakam is really that good. People sleep on, bro. People really do be sleeping on him, but then people know he really that good.
Yeah, he showed in the finals and the season, but we were at a point where after All-Star break, that's when the season starts for me. I feel like that's where everyone starts picking it up. Playoff races starting, and I think we were in it. Oh, man.
No, you right about that. When come after All-Star break, motherfuckers are like, all right, we had our fun, we got some stats and shit. Now we got to turn the fucking heat up. We got to get a chip.
So now we get with the season starting back up, we get the play-in games and the new format. Which the new format I've been avid fucking flag waver for since maybe we were in middle school because it just never made sense why the East was so weak and it just gets disrespected and they just don't combine the two. It just doesn't make sense. Obviously, I didn't understand the travel and how that affects somebody's health. See Chris Bosh for that. Yeah. And so now I get it, but I feel like now would be the perfect time to switch this. Just completely change the course in NBA history. Just right here, dead the old shit. 1 through 16 best teams. Get rid of all the conferences. Each team, plays everybody 3 times, starting the next season. I mean, which is another thing. How do y'all feel about them starting like on Christmas Day? That would be nuts.
That would be fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah. I think that would be dope for them to start later in the year. Like have like I forgot who said it, but have like a sports utopia later down like next year for years to come where you got football, you got basketball, you got baseball all at the same time.
Oh my god, that would be
like
overload,
that shit
bro.
would be nuts, man. That would be nuts. Like I don't think I'd be hanging out with my girl as much.
Well, then but listen, you gotta think about this though too. That means there'd be one season, okay? So you gotta think about this as a man. Break this shit down, right? You got one season of sports, bro. That means the
How
rest
so?
of the year,
No.
you ain't got no motherfucking excuse, bro.
That's true.
I guess. Well, no, not necessarily because the NBA would be going from December to the end of the summertime, right? Baseball starts up in what, April? No.
But what Peter is saying that they all the utopia of everything being at one.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm
No,
referring
of
to.
course,
Like that would, bro. One season, and after that season, bro, you got a whole 9 months.
Yeah. As soon as the last finals of whatever sport ends, you just look to your girl and be like, "All right, you want to go on that trip now? Like, this weekend? It's my off season."
All right, hey, what was you saying about
October is right around the corner, though. World Series is almost coming back up. I don't even watch that
What
shit.
was you saying
I'm going
about your
to
girl
now.
and shit? Like, baby, that was like, no.
Oh my god.
I'll be doing that shit now.
No, I'm excited though. So who do y'all think comes away with it, given the cold start?
And it's gonna be, bruh. I mean, I would have to see who's that
Who gets
play,
seeded?
dude. Like,
Man,
yeah,
you
like where they
fucking
get
high if
seated.
you think that the Rockets are gonna beat LeBron and AD, bro.
Bro, you never know. You see Skinny Harden now? He dropped 20
Okay,
pounds.
so what is that gonna make it harder for him to drive in the paint?
Bro, it's just like his biggest thing in the playoffs was he would get tired, dog.
He was
like
gassed,
you would see him
yeah.
against
Yeah,
the
because
Spurs.
he's trying to put up
like
70 points a game.
Yeah, nah, he can do that. Like he's in shape. He can probably run this.
Yeah,
whole
Dion, you're high
series
as fuck if you don't think this man can score 70 points a game.
I never said that he couldn't. I'm saying he's trying to average 70 points a game in the playoffs.
He can very well do it too.
Now, because all
You're
we need
high
in the
if you're gonna
playoffs
tell
is
me
just
that
last
James
the
Harden
whole.
can average 70 points in the playoffs.
No. I'm not saying he can.
No, but
I'm
he can
saying
get
if he
there. He
wanted
can score
to,
that.
definitely. If he could sustain the way that he was playing throughout the season because he's conditioned well enough, I feel like he could have been able to do it. There was nobody else to score the fucking ball.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, now he has Russ, so he doesn't have to do that. They can both go out and score 40 or 50.
I think that's what's gonna help y'all, Peter. Because that nigga Russell Westbrook plays like a 1 through 3. He even plays like a 1 through 4, bro. He really could.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is that he doesn't shoot threes as well, and that's like our go-to. Like if you ever see us play, like we lined up outside of the paint, like outside of the 3-point line. Everybody does. But I think Skinny Hardy's gonna go crazy, man. I think they'll get to. I don't know how the format's going, but I think they can get to the Western Conference Finals. We're talking about the.
For sure gonna go to the finals. I just don't think they're gonna beat the Lakers.
Oh yeah, old format. I'd give them a shot at it, but new format, no, we're not.
If you gotta play one game, are you talking about doing this?
No, they're going. I believe they're going 5 or 7 games in these series.
I hope they just go 5, bro.
But
a 7-game series. So how do y'all feel about that? Would you rather have a 5 or a 7?
7.
First round, I want a 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've always kind of felt like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Format though.
You get the kind of shit.
The first round is kind of like. Yeah, I mean, if you can't get it done, you can't get it done. But also, I feel like that.
You lose 4 games in a row. You feel me?
Yeah, you're getting blown out. Like obviously, either way, both teams would get 4 games at home or at least 3, whatever. But I feel like the team that's down or the underdog, whoever, would be more inclined to fight. You steal a game, it's a whole different series with 5 games rather than 7.
No, yeah, if the underdog steals the game, that top dog has got to put the foot on the gas sooner than just taking this easy. If it's like a 1 seed versus an 8 seed and they get that one upset win, like that means a lot more than a 7-game series.
So I do want to see 5 games.
Yeah, but I would say this new format they have, it's crazy because you can play. I think it's the 1 through 16, if I'm not wrong. But you can have the Bucks play the Lakers or the Bucks play the Clippers like second round or whatever round.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
But see, like like, would we really want to see that second round, though, bro? Like, I wouldn't want to see that second round. I don't want to see that. I wouldn't want to see that third or fourth round. Like, I would.
Yeah, but I think it makes it a lot more exciting, though.
When you in the top 16 like that, like, you have them two playing. Who the fuck else you gonna have play a game and come out as a winner? That, like, what, you gonna have the Pacers in there, bro? Like, what? No, nigga, I don't want to see the Pacers in the fourth round.
Well, no, if they're not in top 16.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if they're top 16, like, I don't, like, it's kind of like, you know, it's different than college basketball where you love seeing the, you know, that 16 seed go in and fucking take off. And bro,
I think that's how they would seed it, is doing the, you know, if the Bucks are the number one seed,
yeah,
the Kings could be the number 16, and then that's who they play. And then,
well, Buddy Hield,
you know what I'm saying?
Drop 40 a game, bro. They win, go and lose the fucking next round.
If they don't bench him, they keep benching him. But you know what I mean. So I think they would kind of even it out, so it does give you the college basketball feel with getting the better matchups later in the tournament. Mm-hmm. But god damn, just thinking that is going to be a tournament style like this is insane.
It is insane, bro.
Bro, depending on how it goes, I feel like they can adapt this later down. I mean, how cool would it be if we want to see the 1 through 16? Once it comes playoff time, I don't know how much money they'll lose, like having that home court advantage, but just having like an all-star field where you just go to like a city, like go to Oakland or go to San Francisco to the Oracle or the Chase Bank and just have all the teams play in that arena.
That'd be nuts.
Or that'd be fucking crazy.
You know how much?
I don't know.
You know how much? That'd be like having an all-star game, bro. Like the amount of like money you pull in that weekend in your city, like that would be fucking nuts, bro.
Bro, cities will fight over that because that would bring in.
You mean to tell me I'm gonna have
like
LeBron,
money.
AD, Damian Lillard, fucking Kyrie, KD again, fucking Kawhi, fucking James Harden, like Steph. You got all these people in the same town, just roaming around.
Orlando seems to have the upper hand in that right now. They're talking about playing at the Disney World.
Oh, in Orlando?
Yeah, in Orlando.
Oh, my God.
But they're having a problem, allegedly, because there's not enough nice hotels.
Well, welcome to Florida.
make that Disney cancel into a fucking hotel. Like, you just rent out a room on, like, the Toy Story ride.
Welcome to Florida, guys. Shit.
Oh, good. I don't care what happens. I just don't ever want to have to sit through, watching the Celtics and the 76ers go fucking 7 games again. I'm tired of seeing the 76ers.
You're right.
I'm tired of watching these niggas.
Oh, you're right about that.
Ben Simmons.
Would you say Ben Simmons? Yes, Ben Simmons is the reason. No, go ahead. No, you know what? Fuck that. We're getting this off right now. This is hate. This is hate right here. Fuck this.
Ben Simmons needs to learn how to shoot. He's the most boringest player I've seen.
Bro, I don't understand.
Bro, how are you 6'7"
how you can't shoot a mid-range
point guard and you are not exciting whatsoever? That nigga Magic Johnson was 6'6" point guard. He was one of the funnest people to watch play. Funnest? Wow, I'm done. Most fun people to watch play.
We had to let that breathe too.
Sorry, I had to let that one out. Give me a second. Been a long day.
Yeah, he's gonna catch it.
Been a long day.
But this man refuses to shoot the ball. What is the hype about? What are we talking about right now?
I mean, he's
just shoot it like 3 times, 4 times a game. That's it. You'll make one at least.
But we can't knock that nigga will have like 15 assists and like 13, 15 boards too, though, bro, and be out here stealing the ball. Like,
that's nice and all, but they lose the game.
Okay, but you ain't no. Don't blame that all
paint.
on that nigga because you got a 7-foot nigga in there that can shoot 3.
I am gonna,
and
you
he
know
is
what? I am gonna blame it on him.
You gotta blame it on him because you ain't guarding Ben Simmons. You're gonna double Joel Embiid because you know Ben Simmons ain't gonna take a shot at all. You can have that double double team on any player you want because Ben Simmons you can let Ben Simmons walk around the 3-point line and mid-range.
Bro, they're standing at the foul line when he's standing at the 3-point. How disrespectful is this?
Yeah, that's pretty ugly.
Like, you can't even stretch the floor for your mans. Like, no. No.
Oh, no,
I do
bro.
think what ends up happening, though, is whoever they end up playing will end up knocking them the fuck out. And Embiid is going to get tired of this shit, and he's out of there.
Oh, probably soon, too.
I think they have more trade value with Joel Embiid than Ben Simmons.
They do.
Yeah. They'll get a lot more out of Joel Embiid.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Unless Ben Simmons goes to the Warriors for some reason, just gets like 40 assists by just passing it Clay.
Talk about my Warriors. See,
I forgot
the Warriors.
Yeah, I didn't even want to talk about them because they weren't even going to be in there.
Yeah, I'm not talking about. hey, hold on. Y'all need to stop trying to spit on these niggas like they just gonna disappear off the map now. Okay, y'all need to relax with all that. All right, because
I'm glad you brought this up. This is a cool debate to bump into because I feel like this hasn't been spoken about enough since the season has stopped. I do feel like them niggas are gonna fall off. I feel like when this comes back, this is done.
I don't think that it's gonna be like that. I don't think it's just gonna be a clear drop off, bro.
No. Well, I'm not saying it's gonna be a clear drop off that they
I don't think they're about to go back to the finals.
But I don't think they're gonna be the team that gets to the finals. Like,
okay, but what about the rumors? Bro, if they had the rumors of this nigga Giannis over here talking about just waiting, and then if they pull that and they get rid of like, bye Draymond, fuck out of here, nigga, and 2-3 other people, bro, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. You can't have multiple MVPs on your team and expect for that shit. And Steph being the MVP that he is, bro. That dude's still averaging almost 10 assists a game. So he's not just a shooter. He can facilitate with the ball, too. And you can have somebody that's passionate to Giannis like that. That will fuck up the entire what I was saying earlier about I love that the NBA is back to normal, but I ain't going to be mad at my boys trying to go out there and get a steal like that.
When did the NBA season start or finish or was put on hold, I should say?
Don't remember. It was in March sometime.
Jesus, March? April. That seems so long ago.
Bro.
It was.
Get to the point where you playing like putting 2K on and making the computer play each other and shit.
It almost feels as if like the All-Star game was the peak of the season. Like that was
a cool ass All-Star game, bro.
Even though there was a couple of games after that, or a few games after that, the All-Star game did feel like that was the end of that was how you could just end the season right there.
Well, honestly, I'm
I liked it
because that.
But it was a cool All-Star game. I agree with you.
That was fire, bro. I like the format they did for that game.
You got to fix it though. Yeah. You can't win on a free throw.
That was bullshit. That was bullshit.
AD should have missed.
He should have just threw that shit off the backboard.
I think what made it so good is that they had a finish point, right? They had to score 150?
Something like that.
Something like that. Whatever they had to score, it's like it was an end point. Like everyone knew, all right, this is close to the game. Like we ain't just scoring just to finish out the fourth quarter now. Like, all right, we got to get to 150. I think that made it.
Well, remember they just added the 24 points to the end of because of Kobe and shit like that. That was cool as fuck too, bro. Like the whole thing surrounding it. Like RIP to that man because. You can't say enough about that guy, bro. But
it felt like the glue that was holding the world together.
Bro, dead ass. Look what happened. Look what happened as soon as Kobe passed, bro.
You say they had they said the Drake curse was the reason why this all happened because once he dropped "Life is Good," life hasn't been good since then.
That's just stupid, but that's
no. Real. Life was still pretty good. Life was still pretty good though. Like when it came out.
Yeah, but after that, it wasn't.
No, you're right. this whole thing.
Yeah.
I did also say that, you know, as soon as Uzi dropped Eternal Take, this whole fucking world ended.
Hey, that's
Literally.
all that 666 shit he be talking about.
Debatable. Oh man. All
This
right.
is crazy.
Well,
I just want my sports back. I want the sports talk to continue. Like I want sports talks
I
bullshitting,
wasn't done with that
shit
Warriors debate,
talking.
Dion.
Yeah, bro. So what, nigga?
Well, because you know, it's been like there's rumor that they're shopping Andrew Wiggins
Uh-huh.
in the first pick. So, like, where do you think they go from there at that point? Then,
If
if they're
they're
not
gonna
going to keep
shop him
Wiggins, because
out,
I do think Wiggins is a nice piece.
it
It
is.
is.
I'll be bugged. I'll be bugged. I'll say I wouldn't be sad. I'll be bugged if they let Andrew Wiggins go like that. Because I don't know what they're trying to. I don't know what kind of rebuilding shit that they think they're going into right now with the. Oh, we're gonna get D'Angelo Russell. Well, let's shop him. Oh, we're gonna get the. Oh, well, let's shop him. Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? I don't get that, bro. I don't understand that
They're going
whatsoever.
to the old Warriors way. The old Warriors way was
Yeah.
trade everybody. That's
Build
it.
through the
And build
draft.
through the draft. Just trade everybody, build through the draft. But it's like, bro, you got Curry, you got Clay, you got Draymond. Like, you can put the pieces around them and shit. But you got motherfuckers in the league right now ready to win.
Yeah.
That are good, bro. That are seasoned. That are ready to go, bro. Like what the fuck? Like, bro, I say if you're gonna shop anybody, you want to get rid of somebody. You want to get rid of Andrew Wiggins, okay? And you want to get a number one pick. I wouldn't say get rid of it. You want to do a straight trade. Fuck Andrew Wiggins. Go get that nigga Derrick Rose right now. Right now. That's a winner on your team. On your team,
Yeah,
bro.
honestly, I wouldn't be mad if Detroit traded in Derrick Rose.
I think they keep Andrew Wiggins, trade that top 5. It's going to be a top 5 pick, maybe the first overall pick. Trade that for a big man or some bench, bro. They're right back
But
in
that's
it. Like,
exactly
they're
what
right
they're
back
talking
in
about with what's his name with Milwaukee. They're trying to shop that top 5 pick, and they're like, "Hey, Giannis, what's good?"
I don't think he moves. Only because his
That's
respect
what the
for Kobe.
Warriors.
Bro, if this nigga can't win a championship for another year in Milwaukee, another year.
Yeah, I mean, given some weird circumstances.
I mean, he might hold it down, just like Damian Lillard.
Man,
Be trying to hold it
squad
down.
though. They got a squad though. Only difference is Dame can't get to the number 1 seed
Ever. Not with the way this fucking playoff seeding's been done.
That's my guy, but fuck.
They need to trade everybody but Dame.
You think they should
that
trade
nigga CJ too.
CJ? Yeah, I was gonna say. You think they should break up the?
Keep CJ too.
I think so, bro, because it hasn't worked at all since they started coming up. Like last year when they made it to the Western Conference Finals, it looked horrible. Like they just don't. I don't know, man. The Blazers are kind of like the Raptors back in the day when they were just so good, and when it comes to the playoffs, they would just be ass. Like they would just get eliminated.
They did choke a couple years in a row.
Yeah. Well, shout out Dame Dollar. Like that's.
Like I said, that's my guy.
I love him as a player, but he needs winners. Like what Mike Singletary say once? I want winners.
Oh my god! All right, so have y'all even been able to listen to any music this year?
Oh yes.
Everything that's happened.
Oh yes.
Because I feel like no one's really had like any commentary on what's been going on in music right now. No one's really been able to shine a light. So, like, what's some of the things you've been listening to, Dion?
Recently, damn, out of the year 2020, shit that came out this year. I've been slapping that, and this is the thing, bro. And I'll say this now because y'all niggas always, without fail, get on me for my music that I fuck with, nigga. Without fail, do I get ragged on about my boys about the shit that I fuck with? But I don't give a fuck, nigga. It all slaps me.
I want to hear Dion's top 5 albums.
Top 5 albums? Like ever?
I know 6ix9ine
Nigga,
will
you
be up
just
there
suck
for
a
you.
dick.
Y'all want to do that right now? We can do that right now.
Well, hold on. So
but give me
I've been
give me what
listening
you've been
to
listening to this year. Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Nav. Okay.
You like that new album?
I like the new album. Yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the flow. I like the voice. I like that he an Arab nigga. That shit funny. Or he a brown dude. He's funny fucks for that. You know, I've been listening to. I don't know if y'all know who Lil Gotit is. Okay.
I've
I've
heard of
seen
him.
the name
He
around.
got his beats. His beats are
Yeah.
some bangers. I'm not gonna say that his, what he be rapping about and shit slap all the time, but the beats are some bangers for sure. But honestly, bro, like I've been listening to so much old shit recently, bro. And a lot of KRS-One. You feel me? Like I've been listening to a lot of shit that's trying to that
I feel it
I
though.
can get a different perspective on how motherfuckers are putting shit. You feel me? I've been listening to so much rah shit over the last few years, bro, that like it's getting to the point where like, man, I don't want to hear Migos right now, bro. I don't want to hear that right now, bro. Like,
Oh, they are on their way too. They are coming with
yes,
a new
they
album.
got a new
It
album
is coming
already.
soon.
And you know what? The fucked up shit is I'm gonna go download it and I'm gonna listen to it because I want to hear that shit because they probably gonna have features on there and that shit probably gonna end up slapping at some point. But I've been listening to so much older shit, bro. I've been listening to niggas 2 Live Crew. I've been listening to hella Ice Cube, bro. I've been listening to hella NWA. Like, that's just what I've been on, bro. GTA been getting in my fucking head with all them old school slaps for sure. Just, but that's just been my rock, bro. From like right now is music, bro. That's just been what I've been doing, And
What about you, Peter? What you been on this year? Like, what's something that you feel like stood out?
I feel like this year is slow for me, music wise. Like I'm always on top of
Have you
music,
felt
but I
that
think
the past couple years though?
I felt that the past couple years. I feel that every year, honestly. I can't just say this year, but I've been listening to like a lot of old stuff. Like I'm going back to listen to albums that I feel like I don't really remember the impact. And sometimes I'm like, for example, I went back to listen to all Kanye West albums from
Not doing that shit.
from College Dropout all the way to 808s, and that's about it. Even Life of Pablo is probably a good album too. But I've been listening to a lot of instrumentals as well, kind of like house music in a way. Because sometimes too much rap and too much lyrics and stuff like that can kind of just get you like to become too, like, not boring, but it's like it just becomes too much.
It's just
like,
too repetitive.
Yeah, sometimes I just need to listen to some instruments and just create like a vibe for myself.
Are you
And
doing
just like
drugs?
drop that.
Are you doing drugs?
I'm not.
And if you are,
I'm not doing
He said
drugs.
you are.
If you are, give me some, please. But I feel that though because I do feel like the projects recently have been pretty lackluster. Like Blvd turning around and giving us another album that nobody and their mama they did not ask for.
No.
Even the Gunna album was.
That was a little.
That was
Okay, you
better
know what?
than
I
the
won't judge
babies
it.
any day.
Whoa! Oh, hold on. I got confused.
yeah. You thought I said the babies was better than Gunna's. I know.
No. I thought you said Gunna's was better than Lil Baby's. I was like,
Oh
whoa.
hell no, Lil Baby's
You're
gas.
on
Lil
dope.
Baby's gas.
Yeah, that's all. I was tripping. But no, you're completely right. But then again, at the same time, I haven't heard Gunna's album like that. But from what I've heard, it is really, really lackluster for the hype
It's
that was
bland,
behind
bro.
it.
All this shit's turning
Yeah.
bland to me, bro. It's just like unsalted butter, nigga.
But do you? So going back to what Peter said about the impact, is Roddy's album not that album that y'all feel like was like had some type of impact though, like as of recently? Because that was like a huge thing.
That shit, yeah.
No, bro,
This kid is a
that
star.
is huge,
Like,
because I still hear people listening to that now
to this day.
Yeah, and that's probably like the most longevity I've seen an album do in the last couple of years. Where like still bumping that consistently. And it took me by surprise. If I'm going to be honest, I didn't think Roddy Ricch would come out with a good album like that.
I know you were hella sleeping on it.
Yeah,
And
he
I was
was.
trying
He
to get you
was.
to listen to him. I was trying to get you to listen to him. You're like, I don't know.
Bro, back when he went in on that Luda beat, bro. Back when he went in on that Luda beat, his first shit that he put out the single, bro. Man, that kid came in with some fucking heat, and I was like, bro, who is this? And I kept looking this shit up after that. Kept looking that name up, bro. It took me like a week and a half to figure out this nigga's name was Roddy Rich. I kept thinking this nigga's name was Rod Rich or Waddy. Nigga. I couldn't figure it out. Nigga, I kept saying Rod Rich. This nigga was like, Rod Wave? No, motherfucker. That's what I'm looking up.
I can't breathe.
But, hey, Jimmy he makes a point, bro. Like, that shit.
I mean, granted, that album did come out in 2019, December. But
still, it's still slapped.
That did have that impact. So, like, where now you can throw it on right now and just let it rock.
I feel like if an album comes in December, I think it goes in.
Yeah, that counts.
I feel like yeah. But no, I think I don't give people credit, like the new artist credit, because I'm like guilty to be like an old head kind of feel. Like I like them boom bap beats. I like them drums. Like I don't know. Like my favorite artists are Tribe Called Quest. So like I'm always gonna be undeniably old school with it.
So how do you feel about Griselda?
I mean,
like how they've been doing, because I feel like that sound is like stupid taking off right now. Like they are in the mainstream now.
You put me on because I haven't even heard one song from them
at all.
Who?
You gotta look up like. I mean, I'm not gonna hold them, so you can look at all of them up individually. But the guy that like I am really watching for is Benny the Butcher. So Ben.
Oh,
So if you see any song he's on, just go listen to it and just hear what he's doing or the vibe of their stuff. Shit is crazy. It's crazy that sound is like really coming back around, and they've built a foundation on that shit. Like they've never strayed away from it. All of their early shit is just grimy ass.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me some info on these motherfuckers, bro.
I'm surprised y'all haven't heard them.
I've heard the name.
I haven't heard none of them motherfuckers.
I'll say y'all some songs.
How do you guys feel about artists that try to chase the sound, their old sound? So, for example, all these tweets coming back from Fetty Wap is he ran 2015, like he never missed in 2015, 2016, and he comes back, he's like, all right, I got one in the vault. I don't think he can bring that sound back because it's supposed to be where that sound was supposed to be at. And the same thing with Lil Yachty. I feel like Lil Yachty outgrew his sound. But do you think that's going to happen to the baby or to people that just have one sound and can't really, or do you think that's the problem with music, is that people just have one sound where they can't adapt to other beats and just completely fall off?
Exactly that, bro. That's why, like you say, you've been listening to hella old shit because motherfuckers had different styles. Motherfuckers was rap. You knew a nigga was from the East Coast when he was rapping. You knew the nigga was from Atlanta. You knew he was from New York. You knew he was from Cali, bro. Like, you knew when the nigga was from when he rapping. You can't, bro. You sit there, bro, and try to depict motherfuckers unless you, like, you have to be like, oh, where's this nigga from? You look it up on your phone. You can't be like, oh no, this nigga got, okay, no, he got that New York type beat, bro. You feel me? He got that nigga that's ATL. Other than the old heads, you feel me? You hear E40 come on, okay, that nigga's from the Bay. You can't. There ain't no way you listen to that beat. There is no way
that's
you
a
listen
real
to that
distinct sound, though. I was gonna say that's a real distinct sound. That takes time.
Yeah, I would feel like if you listen to E40, you probably don't even know where he's from.
But listen to the beat though. You feel me? Like listen to that shit. You know where?
Yeah.
You got motherfuckers from Texas. You got motherfuckers in ATL. You got motherfuckers in Ohio. You got motherfuckers, and bro, these niggas will all sound the same. All sound.
So is that on the rapper though, or is that kind of on?
No, that's on.
I feel it goes hand in hand.
That's on what's making niggas money right now. That's the sound that's making motherfuckers money right now. You know what I mean? And that's drowning all this shit out. But that's why it's so easy for, like us three to be like, nigga, I'm gonna go back. You know, I'm gonna like me, bro. The other day I sat there, bro. I went through. I just went on to go look at the KRS-One discography just so I could sit there and listen to a nigga preach at me on some beats for a minute. You feel me? Like I sat there and then and went and busted out some old Nas and shit like that, so I can bob my head. You feel me? Like that's the. But you know that okay? You know I want to listen to a New York nigga, bro. I'm gonna bob my head and you know what I mean, or let me listen to this nigga from New Orleans because you know that shit gonna make you bounce a little bit. You feel me? Or like you knew, bro. Like you can't do that shit nowadays, bro. Everything sounded motherfucking same.
And I also think that right now, and like you said, like it's all about making that's what making whatever sounds making money right now. That's what artists. It's so easy to make music. So like let's just make music off the sound. And also, I think TikTok is kind of. I can only sing you those three couple lines from the Savage song from Meg Thee Stallion. Other than that, I have never heard the rest of that song.
I'm glad you brought that.
Well, I can't say I never heard that because I got my sisters and shit that be my girl.
The Travis Scott, the Jack Boys West song. Like I've only heard that little snippet, those little 30
Travis
second
Scott.
snippet.
You didn't even hear Travis' verse or nothing.
That's a good conversation though because me and somebody else were kind of having this conversation on Twitter the other day where TikTok seems to be the new A&R in a way, but at the same time, I feel as if it can help somebody, but it can also like hurt them because let's take K Camp in a way. You didn't know that was K Camp's song. Like, you really didn't know unless you were on the app and like saw what it was, or like you were really a K Camp fan, or somebody was just playing the shit for you because they heard it on TikTok. You would not know that's a K Camp song. I didn't know that was a K Camp song. Fucking 4 months in. like when it almost happened to him again.
Renegade.
Like remember the first time he kind of popped off with the cut that bitch off.
Yeah.
Or even comfortable is bigger than him, but it's kind of it keeps happening. So it's kind of like, ugh.
What was the first song that nigga put out that slap? Now you got me thinking, bro.
I think it's cut that. No, not
hold on. Let me.
Money, baby. Money, baby. Right?
Yeah, money, but is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But like through that whole thing, like, and he's got hits. We just named what 4?
Yeah.
But unless you like do the research, you're not gonna know that this is this man. So I don't know. TikTok is in a weird space with me because they also do like racist shit. But
that
I don't know. So do you think it could help or hurt an artist? Like what side are you on with that?
I think it can help an artist, right? And I remember Joe Budden said this perfectly, where an artist can't fall off anymore. Like that.
I didn't understand what he meant by that.
Where the way I took it is like they can't fall off anymore because they have so many outlets where they can make music. Like K-Camp's still making music, and it just takes that one person to be like, all right, I fuck with this song. Let me go ahead and put it on TikTok, or let me create a dance to this.
True.
Or you just have people that have an outlet to always listen to your music, no matter what it is. Before Joe Budden, all you heard was pump it up on the radio. After that, you ain't never heard Joe Budden ever again, because there was never another outlet but the radio. But there's Instagram, there's SoundCloud, there's TikTok, there's
Spotify, there's fucking Apple Music, there's
Spotify. That you could just have access.
And all you got to do is go throw a playlist on, bro. You don't even have to fucking know or artist. You can literally go into all these shit, go throw a playlist on that somebody's put together and put that shit on, and you could just get plays off of that shit.
Yeah,
people don't realize how much that shit adds up, bro.
That's true, but you still have to be known, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right. You definitely got to make a name for yourself.
So they could be clicking your song in the playlist, but
how easy has it been for you to been like sitting there on Instagram or something, and it's in a video, and you hear a song in the background, you're like, bro, what is that? And then you got to go in the comments. Oh, what song is that? Or you got somebody to fucking Shazam it, or
I can honestly say the last time I did that, the last time me personally I did that, and I mean you niggas know me, like I'm probably like the worst with the music, like I'm the worst music snob there is, like. I'm on that shit as soon as there's something that I see like, oh, this nigga put something out.
Yeah.
This nigga's doing this. This nigga's doing this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's true.
So like the last time that I really had that feeling of like seeing a little snippet of something of a skit or some shit, and there was a song, I would say it was Young Thug Stoner. That was the last time that I saw someone who was like, who was singing the song? What song is this?
Stoner?
I know you remember that shit at 24. You said that shit.
Yeah, dude.
But that's the last time it happened.
Yeah, and it's a different time. I mean, you compare if you want to sit here and compare other artists, you can compare a one-hit wonder from the early 2000s to a one-hit wonder now. I guarantee you, designers still making money rather than someone like Houston that made that I Like That song that is completely off, or like a Roscoe Dash that had a hit and is Uber driving.
I'm so glad you
shout
said
out.
that. I didn't want to say that shit.
Nah, nigga, get the fuck out of here with that.
This nigga knows his verse. We were just talking about
Bro,
this
how
the other
could you
day.
not? That shit resignates in my head. I can sit there and go dumb on all the walks.
Okay, all right. No, since we're here, who has the best verse on that song? Then
I think,
bro, if you're gonna say, who was in that show? You remember who was in it?
It's Waka, Wale, and Roscoe.
Oh, it's Wale every time.
You go Wale.
Okay. Wale every time. Wale is usually the best rapper on most of this shit that he's on, bro. Let's be real.
That's hilarious. Peter said the same thing.
Let's be real, because
look what you remember from that song.
Yep.
No hands. Like, everybody remembers that shit. Everybody. That became its own thing. Like, I thought that was the name of the song, like the whole thing. Like, but a Roscoe Dash's verse is hilarious.
Oh
like, rain, go away.
My bangers on my evaporate. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. I can't sit here and like listen to that the whole time. But dude, it's the same. It's just, bro. But motherfuckers, that's why when the other day when John was talking shit about 2 Chainz, that shit had me weak. Because there was some shit really, bro. We were like, oh, this thing go. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. Like, nigga, you really made that much money off that shit, bro. He really did.
Yeah, that's true.
He made a lot. And then guess what? What happened? Just what Peter said. How many motherfucking times was that played for a birthday video and posted on Instagram? Mm-hmm. How many times was it on Snapchat? Yep. How many times is this still getting played for everybody's fucking birthday, bro?
Or how many times did he make all those dabbing Santa Clauses and make money off the dab?
I know like those weren't hard.
I hate you. That shit's hilarious.
Those are hard as fuck. I think I bought one.
Those were hard, but that's hilarious. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like what Peter's talking about, like that it's so easy to get your shit played, really. If it goes hard and you can get people to put it on their TikTok and shit, it's so easy to get your shit played.
But that's what I'm saying. It's only one song that they're getting. If it's on a playlist, they're not. It's rare that somebody's actually like, all right, let me click through and see what else this dude's got.
I don't know, bro. I personally,
it depends on the person. It depends on the person.
That's what I'm saying. Because I personally,
the average listener is not doing that.
About Lil Got It. That's how I found out about. That's how I found out about Lil Baby. Realistically, that's really like I clicked on one of his shit one day. I was like, let me hear this nigga, and I was like, damn, bro, this nigga flow go hard. Like, well, he got a couple singles, and then boom. You know what I mean? But that's, you know what I mean? I don't know how the fuck that nigga Tekashi did that shit, but I really don't.
Tekashi did that off.
But I played his shit before football games for a minute.
He just did it solely off trolling. That's it.
But if that's it, bro, then teach me how to troll. Just not snitch.
Yeah, some other shit. I was trying to refrain from saying this nigga name. Don't want nothing to do with him at all. But I mean, yeah, I guess I can see where he's coming from, but I just don't fully agree that you can never fall off, because at the same time, the designer might be making money, but you're not checking for the new designer song when it drops. Nobody is. This shit comes and goes like it ain't nothing. It's
Yeah, I guess we
serendipity,
all
you
have
know
a
what I'm saying?
different. Our definition of falling off is
Yeah,
different
I
for
was gonna say
anybody.
that also makes sense.
Like, I remember when they're making fun of Chameleon there because he was like front row at the Warriors finals game. But this man just made his money, dipped, invested, and he fell off the music game, but he's making money no matter what. But I guess it's just
It
you fall
depends
off,
on it depends on what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Musically though, these niggas be falling all the way off.
That's true.
LL Cool J drops a song tomorrow, you ain't listening to that shit. Let's be real.
I mean, you have Will Smith still being on verses and shit.
I think he's thugging his way on these verses. Niggas don't want to tell him no. Because it's Will, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, he did keep up with Joyner. He did keep up with
That
Joyner.
shit was hilarious. I was so baffled. I was like, what? You mean to tell me Will
I didn't
Smith
see that
and
coming.
Joyner put out a song together? Really? I'm going to have to listen to that.
Oh, man.
That's dead ass.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really,
Is it time for final thoughts, do you think?
yeah, I think so. I think we're there.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We got one more. Artists you'd like to see it take a jump forward in the next 6 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
Artists that we like to see make a jump
Yeah,
forward?
in terms of whether it be, something you want to hear on the next project, in terms of sound, or somebody getting more, I guess, popularity. I didn't want to use popularity, but more recognition in the game, more respect.
I think I have 3 artists that I would want. I think Roddy Ricch. I would love to hear another album for him or another tape, whatever he wants to put out. Maybe more collabs with DJ Mustard. I don't know. I think they make really good music. If you're gonna get on the R&B side, I think
Mustard.
Sir. I would
Hell
love to see Sir
bro.
skyrocket up, give him a little bit more pop in, or just drop another classic or whatever he wants to drop. Just drop more music. And I don't know if you guys were listening. I feel like he shouldn't have done the show, the Rhythm and Flow, D Smoke from the Rhythm and Flow show, the one that won it all. He's a rapper from LA, but dude, he is hard. I think he could have made it without being on that show.
I ain't heard of him
but,
yet, but
bro, you got to see that. You got to also see that show. It's actually really interesting. But he's actually really dope. But I think him being on the show is going to hold him back a little bit. But I would like to see him be more popular and drop some more music, because I think after the show he hasn't dropped anything.
all right. Yeah.
I guess somebody I'd like to see take a jump is man. I'd have to agree with Peter with the whole Roddy situation. I want to hear like what he's got next. I also want to hear that Drake collab, because that shit sounded nuts. And somehow this guy Mustard is still pulling this shit off. But somebody else, I guess I want to see. Man, I don't even know. There's so many people, because, like, Party Next Door.
He just put out an album too.
Oh,
what happens next?
I would.
He just put out an album too. It's pretty good.
Bryson seems like he just disappeared.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? So there's a couple of people that I do want to see. Tory, I do want to see next year. That's the main guy. I feel like the time it's been a couple years late to be even where he's at now, and next year I just feel like he will be the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I would before you go, Dion, I want to say I will be okay. What if Party Next Door drops an album and another classic like P&D 2, and I die the next day? I would be happy. Like I just want that old Party Next Door. I just want, man, if he would just make more music I think he'd be up on the rise. I think he'd be so much bigger than he was.
He's just,
I agree.
yeah,
But
really, real talk. Nah, for sure. That's just bouncing off that Party Next Door for sure. That's just I don't want to harp on that shit because y'all touched on it, but that dude, you know, I've had way too much fun to a lot of that nigga's music, bro. You know what I mean? Like going out, just slapping that shit right in the car, like his shit. That you know, his shit will put me in a good mood almost every time, bro. Especially when he came out thinking that nice food. Bro, that shit, nigga, hey, I be up in the car, nigga, I'm grinding on my motherfucking steering wheel and shit, you feel me? Like, that shit used to get me going, bro, but, you know.
Right, he makes perfect night driving, windows down, top down music.
That's what wintertime feels like.
Yeah.
And then also, again, with what Peter was saying, my boy Sir, bro, like, I seen him in concert. Like, when I went to the Winter Wonderland bullshit, whatever that shit was over in San Francisco, I seen him in concert. He go hard. That boy got some slaps, bro. Real talk.
I'm gonna have to check him out.
You
You said Sir?
Sir.
I think I was on that. He had the Chasing Summers.
The Chasing
Summer.
Yeah.
That was going in my rotation.
Shout out to Sakari too. I think he's on the album
is.
too. I think he's a TDE person. He's dope too.
No, he definitely is. That dude is dope for sure. So, and then shit. I like my R&B shit, bro. I need to hear some more R&B, bro. I need to hear some more love type shit, bro. Because there's a lot of gangster shit that's been putting out.
$5 where the fuck are you?
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. You feel me?
$5.
Ty.
Where somebody send the bat signal.
Like
send the dollar sign.
Put
the dollar sign in the air.
You get on that Roddy and tease us in backseat, like, come on, man.
Oh my god.
Oh man, Ty Dolla $sign, man.
But on my R&B shit, I don't know if y'all fuck with him a lot, but Division.
Oh yeah.
Bro, Division is that. I seen him in concert too, bro. That motherfucker right there. That's like if he keep putting shit out, other than that shit that he made with Future, that fucking crying in the club. I don't need to hear that, bro. You can delete that whole song and I would not be mad whatsoever. Future should have known better than to get on that shit. Like I'm cool off that, but to see Division put out some more music too, just that shit, bro. And honestly, I would not be mad if Snoop tried to put out some another Rastafari in that shit, bro, just to get me in my spirits, nigga. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. If I could hear Snoop get on some shit and just smoke weed and talk bullshit over some Rastafari and be Snoop lying again, back when times were simple, I get a little nostalgia.